sad. Perhaps what's worse is the fact that days, weeks, and now months have gone by and still no closure. A vibrant 5-year-old boy, full of life.
He always had a big smile on his face.
But on December 23, 2009, Justin Longnecker took his last breath. His father, Jacob of Houston, says months later he still doesn't know what exactly happened.
A 5-year-old baby boy with no prior health conditions or anything like that does not go to sleep and never wake up again.
Longnecker has full custody of his two sons, 7-year-old Jacob Jr. and 5-year-old Justin. But back in November of 2008, Longnecker was deployed to Iraq, and his kids came to live with his ex-wife, their mother, in Lubbock.
I knew I signed up for the military, that was going to happen, and that was nothing I could control.
Longnecker says he was Houston in November of 2009, but that the kids were going to stay with their mother through Christmas. He says he couldn't wait to see them.
There was a lot of things I was wanting to do with them, and we had stuff planned.
But Longnecker never saw Justin alive again. According to the police report, he was found not breathing after falling asleep on the living room couch. He was later pronounced dead at University Medical Center. At the time, the two boys were at home with a babysitter.
We're automatically going to look at that as a suspicious death. Detectives were called out to the scene and they began investigating it with that perspective.
CPS also launched an investigation because of past case files in Lubbock.
We got a preliminary indication that there were no signs of abuse or neglect. Of course, if there was something that were to come out later, based upon, further autopsy results, we would definitely take a look at that and reopen the case.
But fast forward 4 months and still no official cause of death.
All we want is just the answer as to what really happened that day for him to have passed away.
In a case like this, I don't think 4 months would be unusual, particularly I think if you look at the report and you get an understanding of the number of things that has to be looked at.
On Thursday, during our interview, Dr. Sridhar Natarajan released the cause and manner of death, and at this time, both are listed as undetermined. This is what will be printed on Justin's death certificate.
And I would like to just say that when we use the term undetermined, it does not mean that we don't know what's going on. There are a number of things that have been excluded, but there are still some gaps that cannot be quite answered at this point.
Natarajan adds child deaths can be very complicated.
I don't know if it's going to make the family feel like there's anything resolved, but we have looked at a lot of things that we can exclude as being a reason, and that takes time.
But Longnecker says he is still left without peace of mind.
And it feels like they didn't do 110% on trying to find the cause of death.
All this dad can do now is remember the short life that brought him a lifetime of memories.
I'm going to miss that smile. I'm going to miss him running around, causing ruckus, and I'm going to miss everything.
Captain Greg Stevens with the Lubbock Police Department tells us if new clues are found in the death of Justin Longnecker, the case could be looked at again. Karen and Abner.
All right, thank you.